This week on the Push Wallows podcast, we play the A-list game. Why coaches might not actually want to be viral, and are you sleeping on YouTube?
And 3, 2, 1. Mi mejor amigo es Bravo y Calvo.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast. And myself, Dan Meek.
And me, Tom Hall. What's going on, bro?
I've just been abused without knowing it. Brilliant.
Literally, I told
about my hair. Something about my hair.
Yeah.
See, maybe I've learned Spanish. Maybe I've learned Spanish just to spite you, Tom, just so I can learn what insults you throw my way.
So funny. I told Mateo, and I was like, I do a podcast. I was like with my best mate, and for the last like 2-3 weeks, I've done like cold opens where I speak Spanish and he has no idea what he's talking about, and he's like, "That's amazing. Say this."
Brilliant.
Because I on one of my lessons I had to como es tu mejor amigo. And that was like mi mejor best amigo está muy bien de golf. That was like you like golf a lot basically. And then he was like, oh, describe him like physically. So we're doing like currently, physically, emotionally, all that kind of stuff. And then I was like, oh, my best friend is angry and bold.
I'll take it.
And he burst out laughing.
You know what you're gonna get.
I was like, yes. But I was because Bravo apparently can mean quite a few different things. So it's interesting because I did actually, what was the most nerve-wracking lesson I had this week, right, was I had to do it. I was at Chloe's and she was in the room. Obviously, I had Mateo in my AirPods, but I was speaking and like doing the stuff. But while she's there, I could see her doing like saying, no, that's not how you say it. Yes. Because obviously I'm learning from a Colombian guy.
Yeah.
There are obviously like differences and dialects and stuff or whatever that's slightly different. I'm just like, oh, go away. Can you leave the room, please? I want to speak Spanish to you, but not yet.
Yeah.
I've got a mum coming this weekend, so I'll be able to. She's actually quite nice and very calm compared to Chloe. Chloe is not patient. She's not the most patient person in the world. Fuck knows why she married me. Like,
yeah, I was about to say because that'd be frustrating for her. But hey,
correct. Yeah, especially if you're like Dan, I have to play golf with me. Apparently, I faff. So.
Oh, you fucking faff and you're slow. Every time we go to Yas Links, I say it every single time. We play with Alex. I'm just like, I don't know how he does it, but he manages to faff around for 20 minutes before he hits the ball. Then he smashes it into the bushes and somehow finds it every single time. Whereas we go in the bushes and we never find the fucking thing. You're always finding it. I'm convinced you just drop a ball every single time.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's all I do. Yeah.
You're one of those people. Alex is a bit bad for it, but your worse is that you will not give up finding a ball. Like if I smash a ball into loads of bushes, I'm just like, I deserve to not find it. Whereas you're like, no, I'm going to find it. Don't care how long it's going to take. I'm going to find it like every single time.
Find it, hit it again. Fun. Hit it, find it, hit it again. It's fine. Shot 77 on this week, mate. So pipe down. Good. Well done, pipe down. I hit 2 drives.
To be fair, that is a noteworthy score for you. I just did that this morning and I didn't really talk about it because
well, it's a noteworthy score, mate, because I think you played on average about I'm going to go 4 to 5 times more than I did last year.
So what?
Means I need
more opportunities to make mistakes is what I would say. More opportunities to get it wrong. So.
If we were sitting here coaching, being like, all right, if I post about 20 videos online and you post 85 videos to go online, who's got the bigger chance of going viral, Dan?
Definitely you. That's the mentality coaches have anyways. Like, it's got to be really,
it's got to be good because I really thought about all my rounds of golf and
exactly
all the practice that I did prior to, or maybe Dan played more and also practiced more, so therefore he's improved more than me, and I've been stuck on like 6-7 handicap for 4 years. But I think it's quite nice. I've got a natural talent ability of around there. And if I just applied myself, it feels like school, if I'm honest. Like, yeah, he's pretty fucking good, but if he actually bothered turning up and doing the work, it'd be amazing.
He actually applied himself. I love that one.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
Yeah,
seems like a lot of effort. I mean, that's your thing. I'm expecting big things from my stag do because you love applying yourself to everything you do. So, mate, Apart from, I have had some feedback back from a couple of people, not a couple of people, one person. I think it was Anit actually. And he was like, Josh is really on it. Fuck me. I feel like I don't have a job.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I will be honest. It's Josh's thing, really. Like at this point, like
It's so
I'm
funny.
cool with that as well. Like I'm cool with it. Like,
So funny. Look, behind the curtain, guys, like I have Dan is unfortunately my best man, but I have two that I haven't given them groomsmen roles because we're not having groomsmen. I'm just like, these are elevated friends that I know will do. I spend the most time with them when I'm in the UK. It's a guy called Anit and a guy called Josh. Josh I used to live with, and he's the most, not weirdly, he is so fucking unorganized in terms of doing stuff in like day-to-day life, I feel. Or like he's so forgetful, but maybe when he prepares stuff, he's like, he looks it up, he researches, he goes through. He's the guy, right? Everybody has a guy that if he is able to find deals and get like air miles, or like, oh, I managed to get that flight for 50 quid. And I'm like, oh, I flew business there to there and it cost me like £3. And I'm like, where are you finding this shit? I don't understand. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I moved. He's the guy like like the money supermarket guy, or the Martin bullshit, who'll switch bank accounts. Like, I'm like, oh, I've got 2 years left in that, and I switch that one, and I get my free like Amex voucher. Cool. And it'd be like, I'm like, how do you know this shit?
It seems it like it's. I mean, look, he's done a great job, so I'm happy. I'm more than happy with that.
Mate, he's not listening to this. You can slag him off. He's fine.
Oh, I know. I actually need to text him. I actually need to text him and say, is there anything we need to be doing? Because it seems like it's all been done. Like I'm like, because I was away on holiday, because I was away in South Africa, and I think he'd done loads of stuff, and I came back and was like, oh, okay, sound like. Okay, like it was one of them.
Which is really, really funny because he must be getting sick of just with me as well, because I'm going to with him to Paris at the end of next month as well, but me and Chloe and his boyfriend John, like we're going to go as all four of us, but we're all just like, just leave him to it and he can book everything, he'll be fine. We're just like, we trust him, it's okay ish.
Yeah, I'm glad he's there, because I can't even organise my own fucking diary. I'm back in the UK like in 2 weeks time. Like,
yeah, you are, aren't you? I was trying to book a call with Mike, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, you're not here, are you? Or like, you're here, but you're not here. Like, whatever you're doing."
Yeah, I actually need to think again. I just need to text my brother and see if he's around. Literally. You know, when you just like you catch up with you real quick.
Yeah.
Because I'm just sat there going, "Oh yeah," because I rang my dad and he was like, "Oh, you're seeing Chris, aren't you, in 2 weeks?" I was like, "Am I? When am I seeing him?" And they're like, "You said you're coming back to the UK," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I am. That is in 2 weeks' time." I'm like, "Shit!" Like, and then I couldn't believe it the other day when someone said about May bank holidays around the corner. I was like, "It's nearly May." I was like, "Where the fuck's this year gone?"
Mate,
obviously we got. I'm back to the UK for 3 weeks. What your stag do within that when I'm back? And I was like, before you know it, it'll be your fucking wedding. I'm like, oh my god,
scary, isn't it? I've got to move house in the next month.
It's just like when you become an adult, just life moves so quick because it's just the next thing you've got on your radar that you need to think about. That's how you live your life, isn't it? Next thing. It just goes so quick. Yeah. Have I got to do a speech for the wedding, by the way?
Yeah, I said you would.
Brilliant.
Because traditionally, Latin weddings don't, but this is half Latin, half English, right?
Okay.
So.
Brilliant.
So it can be as short as possible. If you stand up and go, "Thanks for all coming," and then
I'm worried less about how short it's going to be and more about how crude I can be within the speech. Is probably more so my concern.
You'll have to speak to Chloe. So
that's what I thought. I did.
But also, what you'll have is many of the elder Latin people don't speak fantastic English. So they won't understand your accent. Yours is horrendous. So some of them struggle with mine, and I speak very, very Southern. So
and I speak more than quick. So
yeah, correct.
Well, we'll see. I mean, the jokes that I want to say and the things I want to say, Laura doesn't think I'll be able to say them. I was like, brilliant.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, she just said
she
laughed. No, she laughed first, obviously, and then was like, "Don't think you can say that." I was like, yeah, I'll try.
It'll be interesting. That'd be interesting.
It's just slagging you off. It's nothing about anyone else. It's just
your wife's going to get smashed.
She is gonna. Especially because Isabel's not coming. She's like, oh
Isabel's
my
not
god,
coming,
like,
and she'll
yeah, she's like fucking free pass.
like
Brilliant.
people like Doug and Ace will be there. She'll be like, ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, don't.
It's not really much of a third space reunion, to be fair. Like in terms of third space people, there's
No,
not
I didn't think it would be. No.
like the only other person I might invite would be like Rookie, but fucking
Yeah,
Australian.
but she only needs one other person to drink with her, and she'll get smashed, mate. It doesn't mean. Do you know what I mean?
That's very
You're
true. That's
there.
when
You're
I'm
there.
there.
Chloe's there. Doug's there. Daisy there. Like that's like, mate. There's four times the chance that she's gonna get absolutely smashed off her
Yeah.
face. So,
Oh well.
yeah. All
All
fun and
fun and
games,
games.
mate. I'm
Right.
looking forward to it. It'll be a very nice. Did I tell you I'm going to take the week off on holiday? I'm going to take the week off. So
Yeah,
we
you said
can,
right.
yeah, I
So
did tell you, yeah.
I'm gonna attempt to do that as well. So
Yeah, I was looking at the trip back in the UK in the summer. I'm just going to do my calls anyway and work for it anyway because I just rather have that time to chill. Because it feel like an actual holiday then, rather than because going back to Bath for 3 weeks for me never feels quite. I don't know if I don't know if anyone does this, whether they live abroad or live away. But you know, when you get back home, it never feels like a holiday when you get back home somewhere. Like, you know, if you go back to see your parents for a weekend, it doesn't feel like a break, does it? It's the same for me getting back to Bath. I'm like, I don't feel like it's a break.
I think
It's
like the eventuality that will be me to Honduras. Like I think like it
Mm.
is, but you're kind of it's not right. You're not on free time. You're not holidaying.
No.
You're not doing stuff you wouldn't normally.
No.
But like when I was there last time, it was like half and half. Like I actually worked for half of it, and it was just like I'm just in a really hot place, just doing work, like kind of you know. So yeah. All right, it'll be all fun and games. I'll make sure I'm off, and then we can go play golf.
Yeah.
Are you going to bring your clubs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we play
like,
2 rounds. If we play one on that Thursday and then me and you play one other, it'd be worth bringing back.
yeah, we'll play.
For sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely like play. We'll play at least two. I'd say two
Yeah.
or three. We can
Yeah.
get out.
The golf holiday. Brilliant. Of course I'm bringing my clubs.
Just do a golf
Damn
holiday,
right.
fine. Yeah, and Chloe won't be there, so we'll just have the flat to ourselves. Fine.
Even better.
Even better. Should we live in a life? Should we
What about we just give everyone an update of our life? Like, just realize there's nothing relevant to anyone here.
All right, we should talk about fitness, I guess. Yeah,
that's probably what.
Right, so I've got three things we're going to talk about. So you came up with one of them. Well done. Good job.
Yes.
Yeah, virality. You basically want to talk about, right, on the whole fitness coach
Yeah.
front, etc.
Yeah.
I want to talk about current trends. See if we know if there's any trending things that are happening. I've just picked out an exercise which is currently on the trend, and I'm part of that trend because I'm so cool. And then let's play a game, Dan. It's not a proper game. This is
Blind
more of a
ranking.
game. We're kind of, but we're basically on the rest of entertainment. They were doing a thing that I was like, oh, they've got to do a whole show on this. This sounds great. But what they were doing is like, so the rest of entertainment is Marina Hyde and Richard Osman, but they were just literally naming like celebrities, and they were both deciding whether they were A list or Z list or B list or C list or whatever they were.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is quite interesting. Like you're kind of getting that person's perspective on that person. So what would you like to do? So currently at the moment I've got up here is the top 10 most popular sports in the world. And according to you, we could do an A list, B list, C list, Z list of these top 10 sports, I think. Where you personally, this is not like it's just you. You're the judge, whatever you think of these lists. Because obviously A lists could be like in people or movie stars, might be apparently Zendaya is definitely an A-list, but then Miranda Hyde was like, it's basically people that can open a movie. It should be like, boom. She doesn't think that like Brad Pitt is A-list anymore. She thinks that's a B-list person because he can't open a movie by himself. He has to be with someone. So maybe Brad Pitt. So when he did like Wolves
Yeah.
with George Clooney, both of them equal A-list, but separately they have to open a movie together, that kind of thing. Weird, isn't it? And I was like, controversial, very controversial, I thought. But maybe we're just getting old and we're like, I feel like new people, like it's like Paul Mescal kind of thing. It's like the new people who are opening like movies. And who's that like annoying prick? Who's the guy that opens a lot of movies now? Young
I
guy.
don't watch any movies.
I know you do. You're not a movie guy, are you? Just Only Fools and Horses
Yeah,
repeats.
not new movies, old movies, over and over again. Watch the same thing. Yeah, like I watch the
Yeah,
Inbetweeners movie, for example. Love it. Watch it all the time. Like
brilliant.
we watch it over and over
Brilliant.
again.
Watch it all the time.
It's not an A-list movie, is it? You know what I mean? Like,
Simon Bird, A-list. Brilliant. Okay, so top ten sports, right? And you're going to rank them. So A-list is your prime. You think's
yeah,
awesome. Always going to watch.
yeah.
B-list is meh. I guess C-list is, and then Z-list is your like kind of who's your Z-list? Kate Price. Kate Price is Joey Essex of the
100%.
world. That kind of thing. Okay, so
100%,
number
yeah.
one, football.
A-list.
A-list sports.
But
Beautiful.
but slowly dropping down because the quality and how boring it is at the moment is definitely hard to.
I saw Gary Neville talk about that, like how many passes
I
like
agree with
centre
it,
backs
100%.
have. Like he was like the last. Did he point out the last 5 years of when he was a player? It was like Gilberto Silva, Cesc Fabregas, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, and the people who had the most touches. And then now when he was playing, and then now it's fucking Lewis Dunk, Saliba, Van Dijk. These are the guys that have the most passes and touches in
Yeah.
football.
It's embarrassing.
And you're like,
I'm really against it. I hate it.
Yeah, crazy. And also, like with the new, I think the Club World Cup is going to be absolutely fucking awful.
Of course it is. I just think there should be some sort of you know how the time limit for the keepers. I think there should be some sort of time limit for like the thirds that you're in. You know, if you keep it in your own third for longer than 10 seconds, you should have to move it out of it. You should have to move it out of it. Yeah,
basketball,
like half court. Yeah, you should have to move on.
Yeah,
I just think it would make it really interesting. Like because it's boring. It's so fucking boring, man, to watch. Like, anyway, let's go. A-list, just about obviously.
A-list, cricket.
But me, A-list. Like,
I know. But this is why I said, this is for you, mate. This is for you.
A-list sport.
A-list, because you're a boring white guy. Perfect. I reckon when you like play cricket, do you like put the you when you're with your like white out, you put like Tipex around to keep the sun off you?
I'm nowhere near cool enough for that.
So you do it on the lips and then just those guys, number 3. This is weird. The most popular sports by total fans is field hockey.
Z-list.
Z-list.
Wouldn't even entertain it as a sport.
It was awful when you had that at like in PE. You'd like, why are we playing? Did you play hockey? Yeah, we had to do it as well. Like it was fucking hurt your back. You leant over the whole time, and you could barely hit the ball fucking that far anyway. Like
it's a stupid game.
Pathetic sport. Like,
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, not bad. Tennis.
C-list just.
Ooh.
I don't particularly like it. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I get the appeal to some people. It's not a Z list, is it? It can't be Z. It's definitely C.
Can't be Z. There's still some. I find some that most of the players quite like moany bastards. If I'm honest, I think it's a B list. I would put B, but I think like I don't particularly like the players. Don't like Djokovic. I think I've got more respect for Djokovic now. He's like near the end of his career because like he's just like trying to win and stuff like that. But yeah, Sinner, meh, done for drugs, and he's out for 4 months. And then
I don't know any of the new ones. I just know
Emma Raducanu annoys the crap out of me. You've had about 16 coaches in about 2 years. Just maybe it's not you. Like maybe it's not the coach's fault. Maybe it's you. It's maybe definitely. Yeah. Right. Next one is volleyball. Apparently. What is this list for? This is madness.
Z list, man. Come on. That's just a hobby you play on the beach.
Volleyball. It's not sport.
It's not a sport.
Table tennis.
Really? Where are you finding this fucking list, man? I mean, I would say C list because I would actually play that on like if the equipment was there and available. I wouldn't play volleyball. I wouldn't play hockey, but I would play table tennis because it's a little bit of a fun thing to do with your mate. So C list for that reason alone.
Basketball.
A list. Great sport. Underrated.
Yeah. Underrated. I get bored of it. Too many points. Can't keep up.
It's the momentum. It's the swing of the momentum. You got to deal with it. You got to understand the game.
Is momentum real?
Yeah. Go on. Next one.
Did you ever study that in sports science? Is momentum real? That would have been us nerds in performance analysis. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't actually factually correct. Like, but it's a feeling, though, mate. No. Baseball.
Never ever seen the appeal of it ever. Still don't actually properly understand the game. And for me, I think it is. I'm close to saying Z list, but I've got to say C because I know my client Andy's going to listen to this and he fucking loves baseball and he's American and he'll crucify me for not. But it isn't. Again, it's another one where fitness does not come into it. It's like it doesn't. If you like, it's not a sport, is it? In my opinion, it's not a sport. Golf's more of a sport than that. Do you know what I mean? Like
Got to
you have
throw
to
the
be fitter
ball.
to play golf than baseball.
Got to throw the ball really hard.
Nothing happens in it, but you've got to say C list because I don't think a sport that big can be Z list.
It's boring. It's boring.
It's really boring though.
Yeah. Like, but when I was in Boston at the start of the year, like the American lab was like, Tom, cricket, what the fuck? And I literally just went, baseball, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't understand baseball. I understand cricket, and that's far more complex. But I was just like, baseball is shit cricket. It's basically awful.
More happens in cricket. I'm convinced of it. And more happens. They hit the ball more often, put it that way. In a test match as well. Like they hit the ball more often.
Number 9, rugby.
B list.
B lists.
Only because I get the appeal of it, and I think that they make a mockery of the NFL because they're actually real blokes that actually hit each other hard rather than this American football pads and shit. Like I respect rugby players for what they put themselves through. I respect it. And I've occasionally watched it, and I could, if England were in the World Cup, I could get along with watching it. Whereas if England were in the World Cup of baseball, I wouldn't have it anywhere near my TV. Whereas rugby, I'd be like, maybe I'll watch it. Do you know what I mean?
can get in the mood for rugby. If you're like somewhere in West London that's a bit posh, having a Guinness, and like the rugby's on, like the Six Nations and stuff, it's actually quite a good vibe.
Yeah,
it's so cliche. Like we went and watched an England France game. I think I don't know what it was, like in England, a World Cup game in a pub in Fulham, and it was actually quite fun. They were posh as fuck, but it was actually quite fun. That was more about the vibe, I feel. The last one is golf.
A-star list. Like that's
Own list. It's so funny how like obviously in the time that we've done this podcast, like you didn't play golf previously.
No.
But when you were kind of leaving the UK, you got into it, right? No.
But I also think that golf is definitely a sport that you gravitate to the older you get, because I think the lifespan of playing it extends into the older age group. So I think for people like myself who love their sport growing up, and I think you're always going to be drawn to more competitive sports that are team based, because when you're younger, you want to be around other people when you play with your mates, whereas golf is quite an isolating sport. And I don't think youngsters are going to be that great at it. Whereas I feel like at my age, I've come into it at an age where you go, hang on a minute, I can play this for the next 30 years of my life at 30. And I can enjoy it. And you see all these players. And again, it gives you something to train for and to play, and social, but also quiet. And so also can be relaxing and yet also a sport. And
I feel like there's a case of like probably people like us who enjoy problem solving. There's a lot of problem solving that goes on in a course, right? You're like, I can't hit that shot there because that's going to happen. Oh, I need to hit it with like check, or I need to bump and run this, otherwise it's not going to stop. Or if I've short-sided myself, or this kind of stuff. I quite like that. And the fact that you can play it like what did Bernard Langer just hang up he won't be playing the Masters again, but he only missed the cut by one shot. And he's 67.
Yeah, that's impressive, isn't it? That's what I mean.
Pretty good, isn't it?
Like, it gives me that. It does give me that hope to go, hang on, if I train still and I keep myself fit and healthy, I can play till that age and still, like I say, he can compete. Obviously, he's really good, but
yeah,
still think that he's still doable. And yeah, I think that's the thing for me with that.
One of the things is it's always be able to, when you get up there, is being able to shoot your age. That's one of the things, right? If you're like you're 70 years old, you manage to shoot at 70, it's like, you're fucking unbelievable. That's insane.
Yeah.
I think if you're able to get like that, that'd be incredible. I don't think we're going to shoot our age currently. So,
no, we're miles
yeah. Interesting, Daniel.
Only one B list there. I think the rest of it is either a sport I don't really like, but I understand it, and Z is just fuck off. Like, not interested.
Yeah, if you play volleyball, sort your life out.
Yeah, fucking what are you?
Nobody picked that, right?
Unless it's beach volleyball and you're doing mixed teams, then I can understand the appeal.
Then
Like,
that's
then we're
beautiful.
talking about it. Yeah.
Did we have to? I feel like there wasn't so much in our like kind of school system, was it? Of like you had to pick sports to like you're doing that for the rest of the term. It's kind of very forced upon. I feel like there was a little bit. I can't really remember.
Ours got mixed up quite a lot.
What do you mean?
As in each term, we had different sports that we played.
Yeah,
We had
yeah,
different.
but I swear there was like a choice of like a couple, right?
No, we didn't get to choose. We got told what we were doing. Literally, it was really
Oh,
annoying. It was like, oh, and this term we're doing hockey, and everyone was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Well, cricket was obviously the more summer-based one.
yeah.
Football was the inevitable one. But we even had to play rugby, and I was like, I don't really fussed about rugby, but
Yeah,
I
we had to
understand.
play rugby as well, and I was like, I don't want to play this. I'm getting too muddy. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be in the shower that
Yeah,
long.
first session of the day, rugby, you were like, oh, fuck off. Like,
It's like, I'm
really?
going to be
Like,
wet and
no.
fucking gross for the rest of the day.
And then
Thanks.
as you went into GCSEs and you picked P, obviously you had sports that you were going to do for that. So then it was
Yeah.
it was different as you got older.
What did you
But
pick?
yeah.
Not golf.
I think we did six, and didn't we? I think we did
I did
six, and we had to pick
four.
four. Yeah, we
Yeah.
did six though, but we picked four of our best scores. Because I remember getting a 10 out of 10 for hockey. I remember that they were like, you'd get a good score for hockey. But I was one of those that like you. I imagine I got 10 out of 10 on everything when I was
Yeah.
at
So,
PE level.
yeah.
So it was like it didn't matter what I picked, but you had to pick like an invasion game, and then you had to pick like an invasion game. Then you had to pick like something with a bat game. What's that called? What's the
A
word?
striking game?
Striking game. Thank you. Fucking hell. It's the word evading me then. And I think you had to pick an invasion game and two invasion and two striking games. So I think I might have
Hmm.
picked hockey in the end. I think I picked hockey and cricket and then football and basketball.
See, I think we did different GCSEs though.
Yeah,
Because I think
possibly.
you did PE games, I did PE. Because I picked athletics. So I was allowed individual
Yeah,
sports.
we didn't do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we weren't allowed that. We had
Because I
PE
was
games.
like, I was good, unfortunately, at athletics. And I was like, oh, I'd rather use one of them.
Yeah, you could run in straight lines very well.
Run in straight lines
Easy.
at a gradual speed.
Yeah,
Which was very fun.
very, very good.
Nice. What are we going to do? Current common trends or Dan Meek's virality video?
We can talk about virality if you want. I mean, it goes in with common trends a little bit. Fuck me, it's just still not going away. This trend of just wanting followers for followers' sake. Like I don't get it. But yeah, the backstory of this, I guess, is that James Smith has glorified two people on his business
He's got his
mentorship.
business mentorship, which he basically gets his like, what's the software that he uses? Discord. He gets his Discord up, doesn't he? That's what it's all being used in.
I don't
That's
know.
where
I
his
don't
thing
see it.
is.
I've just heard of these people that he's glorified all over his thing. And again, like he's talking about his business mentorship, and his social proof has been that two people have grown their accounts on Instagram. And I'm like, well, it's not really anything, is it? Really? Anyway, one of the guys that he talked about, he's gone viral, like 15 million views on a video because he talked about artificial sweeteners, and basically just did it to wind people up in the comments. Now, there's another backstory to this, actually, that I'm going to go one step even further behind, is that James Smith is also, I know because he copied one of my old clients' content, like verbatim, like literally the exact same piece of content, which was a video with a soundtrack to it, which again, nothing crazy, it's like a 20-second clip or whatever, but he copied it word for word, or scene for scene, should I say. And then also funny that James Smith then called someone out for copying his YouTube video word for word. Happy to do that. But then also this guy who's done this sweeteners video has copied a video from another creator word for word, and it's this one. So there's a lot of this where I'm a bit like, is he telling people just to go and copy people's content? Is he telling them to do that? Because again, I know he's done it before and I know he must do it, but then also calls other people. I just find the whole thing fucking baffling. But again, it says to me that people just don't have original ideas anymore. They don't have these things. So all they're doing is trying to go viral. So this guy's just copied a video. And he's copied it literally scene for scene because in the comment section of the videos, people going, I prefer this guy's version that you've just blatantly copied. And he's just being called out for it in all the comments. But anyway, the main point of this is that people are posting videos about artificial sweeteners just to rage bait people in the comments, just to bait this engagement for people that they know can't help themselves, but go, oh, you're funded by Coca-Cola. Oh, they're going to kill you and all this sort of stuff, right? Because that's just the type of people that are out there on the internet. I just don't understand the logic behind thinking that that's going to be the thing that's going to get you a results-based online business that's going to stand the test of time. this kid's got like 100,000 followers now off the back of this 1 or 2 videos that have gone viral and has seen his account go crazy, right? Of which none of them are going to be niche specific. They're going to be there because they found a video about artificial sweeteners, right? And if they don't know artificial sweeteners are okay for them, what's it say about how fucking smart they are? Number 2, right? Number 3 is like their overall knowledge for nutrition and training is probably on the lower side if they're brought in by that type of video, right? But it's just this crazy, obscene idea that they now think that they're some sort of influencer, or that they're gonna get a business off the back of it. And like, I know for a fact that people have grown by 50,000, 60,000 followers by doing these techniques, launched a program and got no new clients off the back of it.
Yeah,
I know this for a fact. I know that's happened, right? And I know this it will happen to this other guy who's now done this. It's just this complete lack of understanding. But the dopamine sinks in. You think you're doing really well. You got all these followers, and we work with people who have done that, and then they go, "My account's fucked. I can't reach anyone." And then they try and niche down. Their audience don't see any of the content. No one engages with it. Instagram doesn't show it to anyone because it's not the content that they came for, because they're not interested in it. And I can count 3 people that I've worked with previously, if they've done it, who that's happened to, and they've had to restart from scratch because it ruined the ability to market to a niche. Because they don't understand the long-term effects of this, because there's no thought about the long-term business or the niche or the results you're going to get with people or what you stand for or what you're about. And I did a video on this about, I don't know if it was about a year ago. Let me just find it actually on our circle. I actually called it How Coaches Are Ruining Instagram. Yeah, it was August 2024. And I called it How Coaches Are Ruining Instagram. And everyone, I got a lot of good feedback off the back of the video, but it's this concept that I called it, I went into breadth and depth content, right? But one of the slogans that I said is that you want people to like your content because it's you that said it. You want to create content that only you could say, and they're following you because of you that said the piece of content and you that's put your opinion across. Not that it's just a piece of content they like and it doesn't matter who said it. And what you do when you create content just for virality is that it's the subject matter that goes viral, not the human being behind it. And when you're creating a business and a personal brand, you want people to buy into the human being talking about the content, not the piece of content itself. And what's happening is that people are finding ways to go viral by talking about the subject matter. If you talk about artificial sweeteners enough, if you talk about, what was the other one? Ultra processed food, for example, you will get engagement, comments, and all these people, but they're just morons, right? And then your post gets sent to more morons, and it gets sent out to more and more morons, and then they comment on it, and it gets, oh my God, it gets all the engagement, right? But it's not because it's you that said it, it's because of the content and the subject matter that's going on here. And my whole thing within this piece of this video, it's in the members group, which you can join for just £99 a month if you want to find out the information that's in this video.
Don't do it. I'm in there. Awful.
Shit, yeah. Like people just forget that you want people to like your page and follow you because it's you, because of you. The things that you're about, the opinions, your branding, whatever it might be. And I think when you think about all the people that you follow on Instagram, you follow them because of who they are, not because of one piece of content that went viral. And it doesn't matter who said it. And my whole thing with it is like, make sure that people are following you and follow your content because of what you're saying and the way you're saying it and the fact that it's you, not because of a piece of content that doesn't matter who said it, that they would have engaged with and fucking gone raging about. I just think it's a really important concept that coaches just don't seem to understand. I'm going to try and find the exact phrase that I used. I called breadth and depth content, and like I said about the breadth content is it doesn't matter who says it, whereas depth content, it does matter who says it. And I think that's the thing that people are forgetting with this. And like you buy off depth content, not breadth. You buy off someone going in depth to things, not just a random broad piece of content that could have been posted about, by anyone about anything. That I think that people are missing the wood for the trees with it. I think, and we called it a while ago, is that we said that people are going to fuck up their Instagram accounts with this. And lo and behold, that's what's happened. Yeah. Not to everyone, admittedly, not to every single person, but a good chunk of them don't know what they stand for anymore. good chunk of them can't pick out a niche. A good chunk of them, again, don't get results.
Yeah.
Don't work with people. Can't coach anyone because they don't actually know anything.
I feel like, obviously, from doing more and more fucking YouTube and realizing I'm way better at that fucking shit. And that's, if you struggle for like, I would be depth content on Instagram, make it longer. That's why we've had this podcast for so fucking long, because we're not that good at virality, like, and doing that kind of thing. But we're so much better because we know how to get a point across in terms of what we stand for, in terms of depth. And that's the reason why this show has gone over 1 million fucking listens in the time we've had it. But there's still coaches who, in fact, we actually picked up a few more listeners over the last like couple of months and stuff. But it's probably just a case of explaining shit and understanding what we stand for. Which is really hard to do in a very short viral thing anyway, especially if you're talking about a subject that everybody else is fucking talking about. It's like, all right, what is going to make you stand out from how it's being delivered? And it should be, it falls back to not the breadth and depth thing, but we went to a thing from Phil Lerney, and I thought he was a tosser way back then. But it kind of, he was talking about niching, wasn't he? He was like, "What's your USP? What's your USP?" And then all of us like be like, "Oh, I do S&C. Oh, I'm really good at back rehab." And he was like, "No, it's you bellends. Like, you are the USP. You should be nailing into you. Like, why did people sign up with you, Dan? You."
So I asked this question on my waiting list application form, and I did this earlier with someone actually. I said I've got a question. They go, "Why do you want to work with me specifically and not someone else?" I asked this question. I'm just going to read out some of the things. I'm going to read out some of the things that people say. Right? Yeah. I like that you don't pretend to be something you're not. You're just yourself, and you endorse others do the same. I love your content. You seem like you genuinely care about people. You're also very funny. Also, thank you. I enjoy your content. I enjoy your content and see the results you get. You seem to know your stuff, and people vouch for the results. Your content always resonates with me. Being a parent myself and the amount of time you invest into your business, where I want to be while providing for my family. Your no bullshit attitude and saying it as it is. How I love to get shit done. Plus your humor's top tier. Thank you. You guys keep it simple. It's not no fancy tricks, but actual hard work and being myself and consistent. I know I want to give it another go. Love your personality. Every other mentor looks bollocks and posts bollocks. Been recommended. You seem to be no fluff and have good results. Great social proof. Listen to a lot of podcasts and sounds like you know your stuff. At no point has anyone said that viral reel you put out was amazing. No one does that.
I've got that.
And you know, everything is about your approach. You be yourself. You focus on service. It's all the things that we stand for in that column. And I do that for a reason, where I go, right, you're gonna be a good fit because I know you've watched all our stuff. Whereas some people go, this is what heard good things about you on Reddit. Brilliant. Well, I don't know if what's been said. I don't know, but it's like only just followed you yesterday. Reached out. Brilliant. Well, you're not. Yeah, apparently someone's talking about us on Reddit. Fuck knows what. I've had two now. I've had 2 people reach out off Reddit.
Really?
I think it must be American clients. I think they spend a bit more time there, don't they? But I read it out all the time and go, that comes from YouTube, longer form, all these things. It comes from relentlessly posting on Instagram. Follow me for so long, and you kind of go like, people just don't get it. And like,
I haven't really looked at that.
People think that me and Mike are just saying this stuff. I think they think we're just saying it. Like, I'm like, no. No, we know. We've got all the data. We've got reams of it here. This is crazy.
I can, because I've got that question. Why would you choose to work with myself? In my thing, and it's loving what you share online and what you're about. Cool, that's fine. I know you. Brilliant. That's a bit creepy. I followed you for years. We've never met in person, but you actually did my PT qual. I was like, okay. You seem to be the only coach that speaks from a level and understanding in the sport. Cool. Awesome. Really interesting. I've never actually bothered. Obviously, I read it, but I don't look at it in that way. It's because a lot of people start to be like, "Why choose myself?" Because I think you can make me more athletic. Yep. Not really what I was asking, but it's fine. I want it to be like, wow, what kind of, it's the kind of thing like, what brought you to me? That kind of thing, right? Because I think most people go, oh, is it referral based? Is it this based? Go and see, like, in your current crop of clients, go ask them, be like, why did you choose to work with me? What piece of content or what series of pieces of content over the time of you saw me made you make that decision or enhance that decision? Maybe it's a case of like, if that's a perfect client, double down on that shit. Go on it.
And I just don't, and again, people miss the wood for the trees. And look, maybe these guys are going to post this video, get loads of followers and loads of email subscribers, and they're going to be able to post loads of their content that shares who they are and what they do. My thing with it is I don't think they will, because I don't think those followers will be interested in that, because they came for the artificial sweeteners, they came for the the ridiculous videos that are rage baiting, and they're just kind of like funny to kind of watch along with. And I don't think they're going to then share, because I don't think they've got results. I don't think that they walk the walk. They don't have anything they stand for. They just post those types of videos. That's my opinion. That's what I don't know. Again, I could be proved wrong by that, but that's what I see. And I kind of sit there and go, I've got 8,500 followers. I'm not struggling for clients. So I'm like, it's not about the number of followers you need. It's really not. Again, me and Mike have built our business, which far exceeds, by the way, as well, a little thing. Someone we were talking to who said, they listen to James Smith a little bit more than us for some reason. I don't know why. Not as in like compared to what we do, but as in like we don't listen to him at all. I think they'd seen a few posts by him.
Yeah.
And he was like shocked. And James Smith was talking about one of his mates who does, I think he does like 200 grand a month or something like that. And he couldn't believe the level he was on. And this person was like, I'm pretty sure you and Mike would probably be, with your business, be like doing better than maybe James Smith's doing. You know what I mean? It's one of them where I just don't think people understand how few followers you need to actually have a thriving business. And it's actually more about, like I said, the depth of those followers and the depth that they connect with you on, that I think is far more important. And James Smith had that. He had that with his Facebook Live, with his community. And I think not to say he's lost it slightly, maybe he's lost it a little bit. He's a bit old news now, maybe from that point. I don't want to slag him off, but a little bit old news. And it's kind of like he's telling people to do things that he never did. He never went viral. His Facebook Lives were consistent for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And he built up a big following, and he was always on his story. He was always talking about himself and his journey and his values and all these things. And now he's just saying post viral. I don't know, maybe things have changed as well. Like maybe that's what he thinks they need. But I sit here now and go, things haven't changed. Like, we don't need thousands of followers. We don't need tens of thousands of followers. We've got what we've got. And I would always argue as well that half of those followers are probably still there from fat loss days that just haven't unfollowed me yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now.
Yeah, I just think it's like, I just think people are really, I think people just maybe go, oh yeah, you would say that because you've not got the followers. No, but we don't need the followers. I don't think people understand. And I think that they'd rather feel like they're doing some work to try and go viral because it feels like they're doing something about the business, rather than actually doing the hard work that we talk about, which is hard, which is difficult. To post a YouTube video and get 100 views would be amazing. To post a YouTube video and get 10 views doesn't feel great. You think, no, what's the point? But I'm like, yeah, but you have to do that first. You have to do that first.
Yeah,
you can't.
I'm finding that now.
But people struggle with that concept of like
right?
of a library of information to kind of look back on. They struggle with that. They go, users so good with your podcast on YouTube. They come across really well. Been doing it 9 years, mate. I should fucking hope so. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just that. It's that people don't want to see that. They don't want to believe that. They'd rather believe that it's a viral video and overnight you can do it like this kid's done. And you kind of go, I don't think in a year's time this kid's gonna have the business he thinks he's gonna have. Put it that way. Whereas I think you will, for example, by doing YouTube. No.
So it's like for the peek behind the curtain, right? Because I think this is an interesting kind of topic, and in terms of what we're talking about, and we can keep track of this because I'm literally trying to do it. Like on YouTube, it started fresh 7 weeks ago. Really started fresh, like posting in terms of what we're doing, and over because obviously all the analytics are there, right? And YouTube is awesome for analytics and being able to look at where stuff is happening and what happens and blah blah. Just obviously I'm getting better at it and blah blah blah. And posting at the correct time. Guess what? I pre-planned to post a Rory McIlroy video on Monday because I was like, the Masters is happening. I was like, I know I need to talk about golf. Cool. I was like, guess what's happening next week? Real Madrid, Arsenal is happening this week, so I'm going to talk about Real Madrid because it might be on front of mind kind of thing. And this isn't madness in terms of like views. So I posted it like late yesterday and it's got 15 views, but that's still better than perhaps what it might have been like 3 or 4 weeks ago, like in terms of stuff that's just coming out may have not got. So the first one is only sitting at 33 views, and then stuff that didn't do that well. And I've got to be like, all right, why is that only stuck there? What's happening? Like when I didn't do an athlete that is well known, that got fucking nothing. It did like 10 views, even though it was a really good piece of content. And I was explaining how to be like faster in baseball. And probably out of all of the people I've done, it was like a really good S&C coach, baseball athlete. but he wasn't well known, not amongst the audience of the UK or whatever it is. No one gives a shit about that person. But suddenly I'm talking about Femke Bol or Rory McIlroy or Manchester United. You suddenly get 30, 40, 50 views like within the first 2 days. It's like, that's probably what people want. So it's interesting at the moment. In terms of the analytics, you can look at like what's happening over the last 28 days. It's obviously my views have risen. It's about a little bit more. I'm probably 10% up, which is good.
Yeah.
10%. Watch time's fine. Subscribers are a little bit up, but I feel like subscribers are a weird one on YouTube. I feel it's an odd one. You have to obviously I think you have to have the series to really buy into somebody to get in a sub. I feel like it's harder than a follow on Instagram. I think people will follow somebody for far less than they do on YouTube.
I watch people's YouTube videos that I don't subscribe to them.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it keep popping up. So it's super interesting being able to see everything about it. But yeah, I'll check in like every month and I'll tell everybody like at the start of each month of like what's happening YouTube because I'm being consistent with it because it's such an easier thing to do.
But again, 10%, you do 10% a month, 2 years.
Then you're like,
again, no one wants to hear that because they want it tomorrow. But can I get 100% tomorrow? And it's just the attitudes to it all. And it's the irony as well that these people then are preaching to their clients about taking their time and being patient, and it doesn't happen overnight. And I'm just like, oh, you fucking clueless.
Because I just still think like spending time
apply the same fucking thing to your own fucking life. I don't get how they can't do it.
Spending time there is going to be like, especially for YouTube, just because it's evergreen. Like, you're still going to go watch something from 3 months ago. I'm not.
I said this. I had this. We had this in Dubai when we had some of the guys and girls come out to Dubai. Is that the thing I love about YouTube that I do now all the time that I use for the analytics stuff is I go on the analytics, right, and I go, we've not posted a YouTube video, and the annoying thing is this does take into account the videos that watched on Circle. So that's the only thing that does. But then I would also argue that they're still watching our content, right? And we're still being viewed, right? Is that we've had in the last 48 hours 562 views.
Yeah.
Last 2 days of doing nothing, right? Now, I've got one here. Why being self-employed is so hard. We posted it April the 4th, so 2 weeks ago. We've had 19 views in the last 2 days on that. And the thing I love about it is you can go on this and go, we had one that went out on March the 26th. We're having a view right now. Last 60 minutes, 1 view. That's not a lot. It's 9 views, right? It's 8 views. It's not massively life-changing. But across all our content, we've got video here from 2023, 5 views last 2 days. 2022, 5 views last 2 days. 2024, August, 13 views. Like we've got one video that's gone semi-viral. It's got Leah Shakira and it's got 250,000 views. That still gets hits now.
Yeah, that's because
still gets hits now.
She's been doing stuff with like Eddie Hall and stuff.
Yeah, she's gone crazy. But that's the thing for me is like, that's not happening on Instagram. People aren't going back 2 years to see a piece of content that's really, really good. And the thing I love about YouTube is you can re-promote it. So like if I had a really good video from 9 months ago that I think everyone needs to watch on YouTube, I can send out to the email list again and go, hey guys, you need to watch this. You need to make sure you watch this again. Still gonna watch it because it's relevant. It's not limited to the time period. And people are sleeping on it, man. It's just so painful to see people sleeping on it. We've had 41 subscribers in the last 28 days. From what? We posted what? 2 videos. 2 videos? Watch time, 1,300 hours. 1,300 hours of watch time in the last 28 days.
Yeah.
I just don't see people getting those types of again, in-depth people watching it. Like we got 7,500 views. I'm like, okay, cool. Doesn't sound brilliant in the Instagram day and age, right? But the 1,300 hours is the key bit.
Is the key bit. You want to push the watch time up is where you want, right? It's cool. Yeah. All right, what is currently trending in the fitness world? I'm going to give you one exercise, Daniel. And you know it. You love it. It is the Zercher squat.
Ugh.
I see this fucking everywhere. I have been programming them quite a lot as well. And people have been very accepting of them and actually enjoying them. Fucking weird. I'll tell it. A lad that will be listening to this, guy called Alex. one of my clients. He was like, I was expecting. I put him in there for the first time because we've been building his strength for like 2 years, right? And he's decently strong now. He's a good high rocks athlete now, but kind of really kind of gone from
A good high
T-weight,
rocks athlete, which
you
means
say?
he's a very, very poor athlete in general.
He's come from not really doing that much to being pretty fucking good in the gym. And so I'll put it out there. Like he's really self-confident about talking stuff about his own training online now, which that did not happen like 2 years ago. But now he will quite happily explain what he's doing, like VBT stuff, on his own like Instagram page, which is really cool to see. But yeah, he was doing a Zercher squats. He was like, really, thought I was gonna hate these, and actually good. I think they just sit a little bit nicer in terms of where aesthetically pleasing, maybe a little bit more. I feel like they find out a little bit more room in your hip. I feel like people's back resilience is like going through the roof with them. I've seen some really good results over the last like 3 or 4 months by programming them. And yeah, people are getting stronger and less injured. So I think Zercher stuff. So whether it be Zercher lateral squats, lateral lunges, normal.
Spicy.
I know. I do Zercher carries with a lot of people. So just like in and out of a rack for like 45 seconds using like heavy load. They're fucking gross. But yeah, quite enjoying it, mate. I'm not doing them, but I'll make other people do them. It's fun.
Don't do that. Just make sure they're doing it.
Make sure they're doing it. Correct. Yeah. So if anybody wants to go do Zercher squats, go do it and tag me in it. And then I'll say if it looks. No, I don't do form reviews. I know one of your clients does form reviews. I can't stand them. I do form reviews on athletes.
Some people like doing.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh, I feel so bad. This is shit. What are you doing? Why is that going there? Are you fucking Casemiro? Yeah.
Casemiro.
Fucking Casemiro. Anyway, Zercher squats. Go do it. Wonderful. All right, mate. Any other business?
No, not from me, man. I'm going to go eat some dinner. I'm hungry.
Yeah, you go do that. It's late there, isn't it? So you need to eat your dinner, go watch an episode of Only Fools and Horses, and go to bed.
Will do. Enjoy.
Hasta luego, Daniel.
Well, I don't know what that means.
See you later.
See you in a bit.
Bye bye.